Hey guys, so as you can tell, this is going to be the ultimate fall look. When I think of fall and I think of the leaves, this is what I think of right here with browns and golds and oranges. So let's just jump right into it, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. So starting things off, we're going to start off with Cetaphil lotion to hydrate our face before we apply any kind of foundation. Then we want to hydrate our lips using Aquaphor Lip Balm. Now for foundation, I'm going in with Urban Decay Naked Skin One and Done. I love this foundation. It's very lightweight. It's kind of like a tinted moisturizer, so it allows you to play with like cream contours and all that kind of stuff without looking too cakey, because this is a light coverage. If you girls like full coverage, this is not the foundation for you. So once I'm done applying it with the paddle brush, I'm going to go in with the beauty blender and just blend everything in to make sure that we don't have any harsh lines and everything looks very flawless. So now for concealer, I'm going to go ahead and jump into Maybelline's Master Conceal in light medium, and because this is too light for my skin, I'm going to top it off using Tarte's Shape Tape Concealer in the shade medium. So I'm basically going to lay down that Master Conceal first with a concealer brush just to kind of highlight underneath, and then I'm going to go in with the Tarte Shape Tape in medium and just go a little bit lower and blend it upwards, just so I give myself a little bit more color and I'm not too highlighted. We're going to place this on our forehead, the bridge of our nose, and our chin, and blend everything out with the beauty blender, which is my favorite for concealer. It just blends it out so perfectly and so seamless. It just makes everything seem very flawless. I honestly am a beauty blender girl. I am not a brush girl whatsoever. So as you can see, this Tarte Shape Tape Concealer right here is more of my color. So I'm just going to put a little bit of that a little bit lower and then just blend it upwards, so you can still see the little highlight from the Master Conceal, but it's not so white underneath my eyes. So at the same time, I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyelids using this concealer, and then once we are done with that, we're not going to set everything. We're just going to go ahead and cream contour. And for cream contouring, or liquid contour I guess you could say, I'm going in with LA Girl, oh my god, Pro Concealer in the shade Toast. And this is my absolute favorite contour color because it's brown and kind of a neutral color, not so gray and not too warm. So I'm going to place this on my forehead, and before I place it everywhere else, I don't really like to do that because it dries kind of quickly and I have a hard time blending it out. I'm just going to go ahead and blend as I contour, if that makes any kind of sense. So here I'm just going to blend it out, and as you can see, it just gives me such a nice like contoured but bronze effect at the same time. And because the foundation is such a light coverage, everything seems very skin-like and it doesn't seem cakey or too full of a coverage whatsoever. So here I am placing it along my cheekbones and just blending it out. I'm going to be doing that to both sides of my face, and then with the excess of whatever is left on the beauty blender, I'm just going to go ahead and drag that down my neck, and then I'm going to go on to nose contouring. And as you can see here, I am kind of shaping my nose and giving myself like a non-surgical nose job. Not that I need it, but I just feel like it balances out the rest of your face when you contour your nose. You don't need to go as extreme as I did. I kind of just wanted to play around and give myself a nose job. You know, makeup's fun and you can play and just figure things out as you go. So clearly I went a little too ham on the product that I put on my nose. So if you see me, I'm putting my hand down each time. I'm kind of just wiping the excess off on my pants, trying to get some product off because I went a little bit too crazy. So once I'm done blending it out with my fingers, I'm going to go back in with the beauty blender and try to pick up any more excess that I have on my nose and just blend everything else out so it's not so harsh as it is right now, because I look a little bit like a clown and I look a little crazy. Now that I'm done highlighting and contouring, I'm going to go into my handy dandy #1 Ride or Die Airspun powder, and I'm going to go ahead and bake underneath my eyes, and I'm going to leave that there for a while as we do our eyes because I decided to do my face first today. So this is going to help any fallout just wipe away immediately after you're done with your eyes. So I'm going to leave that there for a while, but I'm going to go ahead and set everywhere else that I place the highlight or underneath my contour, and then I'm going to dust that away immediately, but leaving my under eye there baking, just so once we're done with the eyeshadow, everything just brushes away. So once we are done setting everything, I'm going to go into this Lorac Pro, I think it's Pro Contour Palette. Or is it Lorac? Yeah, I think it's Lorac. Or is it Too Faced? Oh my god, don't hate me. I think this is Too Faced. Yeah, it's Too Faced. What am I talking about right now? So I'm going to go in with this cool tone color and a pointed contour brush. And I'm just going to lightly set where I place that LA Pro Conceal. I know it looks a little bit harsh right now, but I promise you the end result will look really good. So now going in with Benefit Hoola and a big Morphe M527 brush, I'm just going to lightly bronze over my face. Basically everywhere, all over my face, just giving me some more color. And as I'm doing that, I'm kind of dusting away some of that Airspun as well. And because I dusted some of that off, I'm just going to go back into that Airspun and reapply some of it underneath my eyes and underneath my contour, just because I want to clean everything up since I was a little bit sloppy with that bronzer. So now moving on to the eyes, starting off with the Anastasia Self-Made palette, I'm going into the shade Sherbet with the Sigma E40, and I'm just buffing this back and forth into my crease as our first transition color. I love this color as a transition color. It's so freaking pretty, and it's just such a soft, like orangey, peachy kind of brown. So anyways, we're going to dust this back and forth into our crease. Don't you love my like lash extensions? They just look so freaking pretty and they don't look fake at all. I'm so obsessed with how they look, even though sometimes I get kind of annoyed of them. But yeah, anyways, back to the tutorial. So then once we're done buffing this back and forth and building the intensity of this color, this eye look is only going to be 4 colors, which is super easy. So going back into that Self-Made palette, I'm going into the shade Hot Chocolate using a Morphe R38, which is super comparable to the Morphe M441, and we're going to be using a really light hand of this starting off, and we're just going to buff it back and forth into the crease the same way we did with that first transition color. You want to take your time with this because this is really going to be our only intense matte color in the eye look, so you want to build up this color slowly. So starting off with a light hand, just buffing it back and forth, making it look like a different color in the crease, and each time you're dipping it back into the palette, you're just picking up more product and dusting less, tapping off less amount, so you're building the intensity of this color. And once we start building that intensity, we're going to start moving down lower into the crease and packing it on the outer part of our lid and just buffing it and blending everything out so we don't have any harsh lines. It's kind of a tedious thing, but as you can see here, you're really starting to see the intensity of the color show. You don't really want to go into it so hardcore because it's going to seem very harsh on your eyes, and you want everything to have a very seamless and blended out kind of effect. So I'm giving it a really rounded look by dragging it all the way into my inner corner because this eye look is going to become a halo eye effect, but I'm just taking my time on building the colors so everything seems very seamless. I know I keep repeating the same thing, but here I'm going back into the palette, and as you can see, I am picking up more with that same brush and starting to do dabbing motions and packing motions, whereas before I was doing windshield wiper motions into the crease. So I'm just dabbing it and packing it on and then blending it into the crease. Alright, now that you guys kind of get the idea of what look I am going for, I'm going to switch brushes to a R41. It's like a fluffy pencil brush, and I'm going to use this with the same color Hot Chocolate and begin to pack it into the inner lid and leaving the middle part open because I'm going to create a halo eye kind of look. So I'm basically just going to pack and then blend it into the lower crease, but not taking it all the way into the outer crease, just keeping it very inwards, just because the other brush was a little bit bigger for my inner eye. So I'm taking this brush right here to just pack it on and just to blend it out. I hope I'm explaining this to the point where you guys can really understand it. I swear this eye look is so easy. It literally only takes 2 colors before the shimmer colors to create this eye look. This halo eye is so pretty, and I promise you it's so easy. I just don't know if I'm explaining it correctly. So once we're done packing, we're going to go back into that blending brush and just blend everything out so we don't have any more harsh lines. And once that's blended out, we're going to go back with the Sigma E40 in the first color Sherbet and just add it into our upper crease once again, just to make sure you don't have any more harsh lines as well. So here I tried jumping into this color from the Self-Made palette. I think it's called Self-Made, and it was bronze. And I wet my brush and I tried to apply it onto my lid for the halo look, but it wasn't as intense as I wanted it. So I switched gears and I jumped into the 35O shimmer palette. And I jumped into this like yellow bronzy kind of color using a Morphe M167, and it was already wet from before, and I'm just packing it onto the center lid. And I love the way this color looked. It was a little bit just too yellow for me, so I went back into that 35O shimmer palette and I picked up this like orangey kind of copper shade just to tone down the yellow in this look, to make it more of like a goldy kind of yellow, not really so like intense yellow kind of color. I hope that makes sense. And you just want to pack that all over the lid in packing motions and then just swipe up a little bit just to blend it into the crease. Once we're done packing that color on, we're going to go back into the R38 brush with no additional product and just blend everything in together so you can't tell the difference in the crease between all the colors. Then picking up just a little bit more of that hot chocolate, we're just going to buff that onto the outer lid and then buff it into the crease, dragging it all the way inward towards the inner corner of my eye. Then switching gears again, picking up that pencil brush, the R41, we're going to pack in the inner corner and do the exact same thing that we were just doing, just building up the intensity of those colors again, just in case we lost any of it when we were packing on the middle color, just so everybody knows that it is a halo eye look. You don't want it to like kind of get blended away, so we're just picking up the intensity of the inner and outer corners. Now picking up a clean blending brush, this is a Morphe M330, we're just going to buff everything away just so everything's very blended. Moving on to eyeliner, I'm going in with this NYC Liquid liner, and I'm not going to do a wing today. I'm just going to apply a very thin line across my lash line. It just pulls the whole look together. I feel like it doesn't look the same without it. Now moving on to the face, I'm going to go ahead and dust everything away, and moving on to highlight, I am going into the Anastasia Glow Kit with Dripping in Gold and Bubbly. I want a very soft highlighted look, and I'm taking a Morphe M310 and just applying this to the top of my cheekbones and dragging it down towards the apples of my cheeks, so when I smile you can see that highlight. Now moving on to blush, I'm going to be taking a mixture of, I think this is called Dallas and Coralista in the Benefit Cheekathon blush palette. Wow, that's a tongue twister. And I'm taking a Morphe E3 and just dusting this along the apples of my cheeks and dragging it back towards my ears or my hairline. By the way, how awesome was it that I didn't have to apply false lashes? Just throwing that in there. So now to highlight the tip of my nose and the bridge of my nose, I'm going to jump into that Self-Made palette and I'm going to take the color right here, Treasure, with the E36 brush and highlight my inner corners, the tip of my nose, the bridge, the high points of my brows, and my Cupid's bow. Now to line my lower lash line, I'm going in with Jordana's Coco Loco lip liner, which I'm using as an eyeliner right now, and I'm going to use this to line my lower lash line, and then I'm going to go back into that Self-Made palette with the color Sherbet. And what brush is this? A Morphe M209 blending brush, which is one of my favorite blending brushes for my lower lash line, and just buff out that brown lip liner with this peachy color. Once I blended that out really softly with that same blending brush, I'm going to go into the color Hot Chocolate and then really smoke things out with this color and just continue to buff it back and forth until I get the intensity of that chocolate color that I want. Now I'm going to go in with my Bare Minerals mascara, which I love this mascara because the wand is so small, and I'm just going to coat my lower lash line and my false lashes with this, and I love the look that lower mascara does on your lower lash line to the entire look. I feel like it pulls everything together. Now going in with two lip options, I'm giving you more of a natural look and more of a dramatic look. So first I'm going in with the Kylie Lip Kit in 22, and I'm using this to line my entire lips with this, but then I'm going to top it off with Dose of Colors Cork because I don't want the Cork to be so nude. I kind of want it to have a terracotta kind of undertone, so that's why I'm going in with this lip liner first. So I'm going to line my lips with this, and then I'm going to top it off with Cork, which is kind of like a mid-tone yellow brown kind of color, really comparable to Anastasia's Ashton liquid lipstick. So as you can tell, it's a very brown kind of color, but with the terracotta orange underneath, it gives it a different twist. And I love this color with this look for more of like a natural daytime kind of look. By the way, I forgot how easy it is to apply liquid lipstick when you first apply Aquaphor to your lips. I haven't been using it in a while and I forgot how amazing and soft and non-drying it makes the liquid lipstick. So if you don't have one, go buy it at your local drugstore. So then now on to lip option number 2, which is more of a dramatic lip option, but not too dramatic, which is why I didn't wipe away the cork. I wanted to show you how easy it is to just go from day to night without having to switch lipsticks, because these two colors are kind of similar in undertones that you didn't really need to switch lipsticks and wipe it off. So I just went ahead and applied Kylie Jenner's number 22 lip kit on top of cork, and it gave it a more dramatic but still not too crazy of a look. And this is the completed look. Hope you guys enjoyed. Alright guys, that is it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this makeup look. When I think of the fall and the leaves and pumpkin spice, this is the look I think of. So I wanted to create like ultimate fall kind of look for you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys could leave me some comments down below and let me know what you guys want to see next, or any makeup looks that you're interested in, Halloween ideas, anything like that, that would be great. I've been thinking about getting a whole bunch of new drugstore products that I haven't tested out and doing like a first full face, like first impression kind of video for you guys. You guys are just gonna have to give me some time on that. But yeah, any ideas or anything you guys want to see, let me know down below. I've been kind of in a rut. A lot has been happening lately. My sister-in-law gave birth to a beautiful baby boy a little bit early. That same weekend was my husband's birthday. That same weekend, both of my kids landed in the ER, Friday then Saturday. So it's been a little bit hectic. I haven't really been in the mood to film, so I've kind of been uninspired. So if you guys can leave me some tips down below of what you guys want to see, that'd be great. I know I've said that like 3 times already, but I'll finally let you guys go. If you aren't subscribed to my channel, hit that little button down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.